Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now entering in the book of Judges. Apparently, this one is from the 12 heroes of Israel, whose deeds it records, or records. I don't know. They weren't magistrates, but military leaders sent by God to aid and to relieve his people in time of external danger. See, what did I tell you? The book of Joshua, I told you, it's like a book of war. I mean, what kind of God starts his entire flock in the war? The entire religion is based out of war. That's how he got all his followers, through war. I mean, that's not no God I want to be following, but y'all make up your minds for yourselves. To each their own. Well, no surprise here. They done fucked up already. So if you remember, Joshua done died, so they're living in these lands. And so the stipulations were, one, you had to kick out everybody and you can't make pacts with these people. And number two, you got to tear down their altars. You cannot be like sucked into praying to their pagan gods, right? So what do? They fucked with his things. They fucked up. Look, and check this out. Because they had thus abandoned him and served Baal and the Ashtaroth, the anger of the Lord flared up against Israel, and he delivered them over to plunderers who despoiled them. He allowed them to fall into power, their enemies round about whom they were no longer able to withstand. You see? You done fucked up. He shouldn't have trusted them. Oh, this just keeps getting better and better. This Lord is fucking stupid, right? Whatever they undertook, the Lord turned into disaster for them, as in his warning he had sworn he would do till they were in great distress. Even when the Lord raised up judges to deliver them from the power of their despoilers, they did not listen to their judges, but abandoned themselves to worship of other gods. They were quick to stray from the way their fathers had taken and did not follow their example of obedience to the commandments of the Lord. Whenever the Lord raised up judges for them, he would be with the judge and save them from the power of their enemies as long as the judge lived. It was thus the Lord took pity on their distressful cries of affliction under their oppressors. Alright, so this whole fucking up and calling the Lord and asking to be saved thing is a repetitive pattern, okay? So this is the story of the Judges, okay? So they fucked up and they forgot the Lord, and then they started serving some people. And then they cried out to the Lord, and so they sent Othniel, who like helped and did like war and shit and beat them. So I'm not sure the Lord is really sending this person. It's just a soldier that stepped up and did his fucking duty. And then when he died, they sinned again. And then they got Ehud. Okay? So they offended the Lord, and this had to do with the king of Moab. Oh. Alright, so they served the king of Moab for 18 years because they sinned against the Lord again, and then the Lord supposedly sent him Ehud, who's a judge. Again, my theory is this is just some guy who got fed up and stepped up. And this guy's kind of a badass, he went up to the king and said, "I have a private message for you, O king." And the king said, "Silence!" Then when all his attendants had left his presence, and Ehud went into him, where he sat alone in his cool upper room. Ehud said, "I have a message from God for you." So the king rose from his chair, and then Ehud, with his left hand, drew the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into Eglon's belly. Oh my God. The hilt also went in after the blade, and the fat closed over the blade because he did not withdraw the dagger from his body. Oh man, so after this warrior, then they had peace for 8 years, and then they fucked up again, and then they got Shamgar, And this guy killed 600 Philistines with an ox goad, whatever that is. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm kind of interested in that. And then they probably fucked up too. And then we got Deborah and Barak. Well, I knew a guy named Barak. I used to work with him. He was a cool dude. Yeah. Always offending the Lord. It's the same old story, same old song and dance, my friend. You know, like Aerosmith. Yeah. Anyways, let's see what else we got going on in the book of Judges. So these fuckers have done fucked up 5 times now. Here we are in time, now they're getting a 6th chance. The Lord is sending Gideon because they fucked up and these people were worshiping Baal, another god in this one land, right? And so they sent this Gideon guy, which, now that I have a name of another lord that they are worshiping, this leads me to wonder, back then, since there's so many gods going around and appearing to people and shit, do you think that they, like, fought for followers, like Instagrammers today? Like, how many friends do I get today? Who added me? I wonder if it was like a competition for them. Anyways, you know they're gonna fuck up again. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen, because right now, they're about to defeat Midian, hopefully, because the Lord is with Gideon now. Well, I'm liking this Gideon guy. So they cross the Jordan and they're hungry. So, you know, he goes and he asks the guy for some bread and goes, will you give my followers some loaves of bread? They are exhausted and I'm presuming Zebah and Zalmunna, kings of Midian. But the prince of Succoth replied, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna already in your position, that we shall give food to your army? Gideon said, very well, when the Lord has delivered Zebah and Zalmunna into my power, I will grind your flesh in with the thorns and briars of the desert. Yes, dude, get it, man. Yes, you know you are going to succeed. But then sadly, you know they're going to fuck up again. And then it's going to be on to hopefully lucky number 7. But there are 12 judges, so you know they fucked up at least 12 times.